In the places we trust the most to take care of our most vulnerable, a really serious danger can be hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving into a critical issue that happens behind the closed doors of intensive care units. And it's an issue where the difference between life and death isn't some complex new medicine, but something much, much more basic. So let's just jump right in with this single shocking moment from a neonatal intensive care unit, a NICU. This is really our way into the story. Just try to picture this scene. A nurse is eating a meal, and an alarm goes off on a premature baby's incubator. So she walks over, and with unwashed, oily hands from her food, she touches the equipment, the baby's sensor, and then just as casually goes right back to her meal. I mean, that one moment right there, it just blows the lid off a much, much deeper problem. So where does this story come from? Well, it's from Dr. Sharif, a pediatrician whose career has put him in two totally different healthcare systems. The fact that he's worked in both Egypt and Germany gives him this unique and frankly powerful perspective on what's going wrong, and more importantly, how we can actually fix it. Okay, so here's how we're going to break down this urgent issue. We'll start with that shocking story we just heard, then we'll compare the two different worlds Dr. Sharif worked in. After that, we'll pinpoint the specific rules that are being broken, understand the devastating price of that neglect, and finally, look at the simple, powerful cure. All right, let's go back to that moment in the NICU. Because this isn't really about one nurse or one meal. It's a symptom, a symptom of a culture where the most basic life-saving rules have just been forgotten or are flat out ignored. And that's how a place of healing can turn into a source of harm. And that right there, that's the central question, isn't it? When a medical professional can just contaminate the sterile environment of a premature baby's incubator without even a second thought, it points to a massive system failure. It's a breakdown in training, in supervision, and really, in the most fundamental duty of all, to do no harm. To really get a grip on the scale of this, you have to look at Dr. Sharif's experience. He paints this picture of two completely different realities happening inside the exact same type of medical unit. The contrast is just, well, it's stark, and it proves that these failures are not inevitable. Now check this out. This slide lays out the differences so clearly, it's just night and day. On one side, you've got staff wearing their hospital scrubs to and from home, picking up who knows what on the bus. The wards are these big open rooms where an infection can just jump between 12 or more babies. But then you look at the other side. You've got a system that is designed for safety from the ground up. The hospital provides fresh, sterile, professionally laundered scrubs every single day. And the infants, they're in small, isolated rooms to stop any cross-contamination in its tracks. It's a completely different philosophy of care. And as you can imagine, the difference in outcomes is just as huge. So, what are these specific rules that are getting broken? You might think there's some super complex, high-tech procedures, but they're not. They are the absolute basics of medical hygiene, and yet, ignoring them leads to disaster for the most fragile patients imaginable. This list here, it shows just how easy it is to contaminate an ICU. Think about it. Every watch, every ring, it's a tiny hiding place for bacteria where disinfectant just can't reach. A personal stethoscope becomes a little taxi service, carrying germs from one child to the very next. And wearing your street clothes under your scrubs, or worse, wearing scrubs you wore outside, that's basically rolling out a welcome mat for dangerous germs. And here's the crazy part. The solution to so many of these problems is right here. This is it. Proper hand disinfection is a proven step-by-step process designed to get germs off of every single surface of the hands. Dr. Sharif points out that in Germany, they strictly monitor this. But in the places he's talking about, this fundamental, life-saving practice is often just rushed through or even skipped completely. And this isn't some abstract theoretical problem. The consequences of these lapses are real and they are absolutely tragic. We're going to look now at what happens when a preventable infection gets into a place it never, ever should have been. Dr. Sharif shares this heartbreakingly common example. A newborn gets admitted to the NICU for mild jaundice. This is a very treatable condition. Usually it just takes a few days of light therapy. That baby should go home perfectly healthy, no problem. But instead of getting better, that baby gets sicker. A hospital-acquired infection takes hold, and it turns a minor issue into a literal life-or-death battle. The baby develops sepsis, their temperature shoots up, and before you know it, they're on a ventilator, fighting a superbug that could have been prevented by something as simple as washing your hands. And this is one of the main culprits right here, Klebsiella. Dr. Sharif talks about seeing entire ICUs completely overrun with this thing. It's a nasty, really tough bacterium that just loves environments where hygiene is poor. When you hear news stories about antibiotic-resistant superbugs, this is what they're talking about. And for a premature infant, an infection like this is often a death sentence. So after seeing all these tragedies, Dr. Sharif came to a really powerful conclusion. The answer isn't always a stronger drug or a fancier machine. The real cure, as we're about to see, is prevention. This quote from him, wow, it really gets to the heart of everything. In the high-stakes world of a neonatal ICU, preventing an infection is so much more effective than trying to treat one. Cleanliness isn't just a part of the job, it is the most powerful medicine they have. So, what's the fix? What's the path forward? The good news is, the steps are actually pretty clear. It starts with hospital management strictly enforcing the rules, no exceptions. It means holding everyone accountable, from the brand new nurse to the head of the whole department. It means doing regular training and audits, not just assuming people know what to do. And it means investing in the hospital itself, the infrastructure that makes hygiene easy, like on-site laundry and properly designed rooms. So in the end, this isn't some big medical mystery. The problem is clear, and the solution is known. It all boils down to discipline, standards, and accountability. Dr. Sharif's testimony isn't just a complaint, it's a call to action. And it forces all of us to ask, if the people in charge won't enforce these basic, life-saving standards, who will?